to The Taste. I'm Molly O'Brien. We're here at the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center on Go Local Live. I'm here with Gian Marrocco, the owner of Cafe Docevida. How are you this afternoon?
Good. Freezing, but good.
Oh my gosh, it's so cold out.
Not ready. Not used to this.
No, it's not pleasant. But you brought us some pleasantries.
Yes.
So it helps make everything better with something sweet to go down with. So what did you bring us? So we had a little bit of a spill, but that's fine. So it's contained right here, right?
Right.
You brought us some delicious desserts. These are gorgeous.
Mama's Tiramisu right there. We've been making it for 25 years. And Papa's cannolis.
Oh my gosh, it's not even fair that we brought
They're all
this here.
fat-free.
Fat-free, in fact, they make you skinnier.
Nah.
Right?
So I keep this wonderful shape.
Oh, you do. You look great.
Yeah.
So I heard there's a special story behind the tiramisu.
Yeah, my mom, she developed it when we opened up the cafe. Literally, it's going to be 25 years in August.
Wow, congratulations.
And, at first, she was very hesitant to share the secret, you know, but
when something's so good, you have to share, right?
Yeah, and it's been requested. We've shipped it probably all over the world. People requested it.
Really?
The dry ice, yeah. It's got like a cult following. 25 years is a long time.
You ship this all over the world in dry ice.
Dry ice, yeah.
Where are some of the places that people request this from?
Like Alaska, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, now it's more, you know, obviously nowadays everyone knows what tiramisu is, but 25 years ago, it was just starting to make it seen in America. So, you know, people everywhere. And Buddy Cianci got arrested, so he was like the tiramisu's biggest fan. So with his marketing behind it, if the modern technology was like this back then, it really would have exploded. Maybe I'd be in the tiramisu business.
Maybe instead of the entire restaurant business.
Right.
Well, we're glad you have all things on your menu. And then the cannolis, which I saw, I mean, they look good.
Drop them in the car.
No, they look good spilling out. You know, it's kind of oozing deliciousness, right?
Yes.
And I was looking at your Facebook page, and I was like, I wonder if he's going to bring some cannolis in. I was looking at these, and you did. Talk about what a staple cannolis are. I mean, they're so delicious and so fundamental. Right?
It's, I'm from the Naples region in Italy, but cannolis are a Sicilian thing. And we kind of like, Neapolitans and the rest of Italy, we do our own spin on the Sicilian authentic recipe. And it's just ricotta and some Grand Marnier in there, and sugar, some vanilla, all good things. And chocolate chips.
Oh, you have to have those, right?
Right.
What's that? So do you think the tiramisu is probably the most popular dessert at your restaurant?
Yes, yeah, we sell a ton of it. Both of them. We don't, in the beginning we had like probably 10, 15 desserts, on our menu. And it just narrowed down to, this is made in-house, and people come in specifically for that. So, stick with the best and forget the rest.
I think so. And how important is it at a restaurant, do you think, to have those traditional homemade desserts in-house? Do you think that really sets you apart from other places?
Yes, absolutely. Made in-house and this whole farm-to-table concept, it's coming back, and that's where it should be. Buying stuff off the shelf, but this is made. We probably make it every day, every other day, depending on the time of the season.
And why is it important to have a good dessert or a good dessert menu? I mean, whether you're at your facility or you're going out to eat, when you're looking at getting a sweet treat at the end of a meal.
Well, it's just as important as a first impression, because that's the last impression. People you only have one chance to make a first impression, but yet when people are leaving your restaurant, they're leaving with that last thing they had on their taste buds, and that's what they'll remember. That was a great dessert. And we do, in the beginning we were just a cafe, so we have a lot of people will come in just for dessert and cappuccino, which is fine by us, and either before, during, or after the dinner, or after the show. It's got that kind of following as well. And
one of my favorite things is to have a coffee and a dessert. I mean, how can you not? What does that really say to your audience when you're presenting something that's so enriched in your family tradition? Does that really say a lot about you?
Oh yeah, it's making a statement. It's something that, again, 25 years is a very long time, and it's been the same, believe it or not. Maybe the presentation got a little bit better, but people appreciate that. In-house, house-made. We make our own mozzarella. We make a lot of, arancini. Again, more is not better. So we condensed our menu, keeping what people have been eating for 25 years and just focusing on that and making them identical all the time.
And sticking around for a while. So tell us a little bit about the history of Cafe Docevida, because you mentioned again that you're going into your 25th year.
Yeah. When I first opened up, there was nothing but tumbleweeds and these benches. There were kind of motels for bums and homeless people. And I remember asking the mayor to remove them. He's like, I just put them in.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, mayor, but they're not going to work because we're trying to make a little plaza here like Italy. And he came up himself and he's like, all right, get the benches out of here. And Chris was there from the Chicken Man. He was there before all of us, actually. I think his father-in-law.
Wow.
And then little by little, vendor came along and across the street Capri, and it's evolved. And we're still there.
And you're still there. What is it like up on the hill? What do you think about the whole Little Italy rebranding and
that was
kind
my
of
idea. I think we need it, because anyone in Rhode Island knows what Federal Hill means. But if you ask anyone outside of Rhode Island, they don't know if it's uphill, steep hill, downhill. But if you say Little Italy in the Amazon, they'll be, oh, Little Italy, cannoli, tiramisu, pizza, pasta, espresso, cappuccinos. It's got that immediate, comes to your mind. And branding is everything, as you know. So I think it's going to be great. We're going to put some signs, the beginning, the end of Atlas Avenue, and also on the overpasses. And the rest of my neighbors, which I'm shocked, are all for it. We raised $10,000 in literally 20 seconds. So I guess they're really behind it.
Really behind it, yeah. and ready to go. And it's so fun to be up there, such a good atmosphere. What's it like during the winter? Are you anxious to get back going for the nicer weather to return? Or?
Oh, absolutely. It's almost being like at a tourist spot, like Newport or Block Island.
Yeah.
You're coming off this high in Labor Day, and literally like after Labor Day, boom, it just comes to an end, and it trickles a little bit, and people settle in, and then you have to crouch like a pheasant all winter, and hopefully, by the middle of April, we start flying again, and Memorial Day is kind of like the official kickoff.
Kick back off again.
Yeah, so it's like Memorial Day to Labor Day. We have to get everything in like a bear, and then hibernate.
And then hibernate. But it's
25 years, we have a good cult following, so we're able to sustain the winters.
Always a good time to come up there, have something nice and warm, and always to have a nice, filling dessert with a warm cup of coffee. It doesn't matter if it's warm or cold outside, right?
Absolutely. It's a great date place, You can still have a conversation, old school, things have changed. These kids nowadays, date is a little bit different than my time.
Oh my goodness.
You can actually have a conversation with no cell phone.
It's, do you find, what is it like? Yeah, I'm curious. When you see customers out there enjoying a nice meal or a nice dessert, has the customer base changed? And do you see people out there dining like this?
Sometimes it's hysterical, and I'm one of the biggest offenders. Even when I do just so much business and work on my phone, but I'll often see someone my age with their kids or their grandchildren, and there'll be 3 or 4 people, and they're all on the phone. They'll stop to place their order, and then they're all It's hilarious, and I often wonder if they're texting each other while they're there.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Maybe next time we'll do an interview. We'll just text each other during an interview, right?
That's the future probably, right? You just have to think it.
Yeah. I'll ask you the question via text, and then you'll answer by. I was like, so he said, John said. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining us, giving us a little insight on Cafe Docevida.
You're doing a great job. I'm a big fan.
Thank you so much.
I'm always tuning in.
Oh, thank you so much, and such a pleasure to have you, and thank you so much for bringing in these desserts. So I couldn't find a fork, but we're going to just go hands in,
I just want to say that you're a lot better looking than Rick Simone, and I'm really glad he got stuck.
You hear that, Rick?
I love you, Rick.
Yeah, so take that, Rick. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. So hang out with us for a second. We're going to wrap up here on The Taste from the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. Kate Nagel's going to kick things off here in just a moment with some more Go Local Live, some more news and politics, while we cut up the desserts and have ourselves some sweet treats. So you're located up on the hill, 59 de Pasquale Square. So thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to have some sweets. So thanks for joining us. I'll be back with more lifestyle news tomorrow starting at 3. Thanks again.
Ciao.
At 3. Thanks again.
Ciao.
Eating at 3. Thanks again.
Ciao.
Eating at 3. Thanks again.
Ciao.